You're reaching out for help, but you won't go all in on yourself. Hey, welcome back to the show. On this episode, we're going to get right to it. It's going to be short. It's going to be powerful, and I hope it motivates you. Today, we're talking about burning the ships. And this is coming from just recent conversations that I've had with a lot of contractors. I've talked about this all the time. You know, I talk with contractors, social media, have the strategy calls with them, all types of communication, DMs, on posts, comments, actual Zoom calls, phone calls, text, you name it. I have conversations with contractors all the time. There's an overwhelming, reoccurring conversation that I have, and that is you're reaching out for help, but you won't go all in on yourself. You just won't do it. You won't go all in, which absolutely blows my mind. You took all of the risk of starting a business, which is one of the hardest things to do. It's very risky to start a business, even if you do it in a right way. Even if you start it out on the side and you get some revenue and you get some clients and then you transition, there's still a lot of risk. At any given day, in any given time, something bad could happen in your business and put you out of business immediately. You could have a client that doesn't pay you $30,000, try to go to court, you lose, you're out of business. You could fall off a roof and break your back, you're out of business. You can get into an accident and die. You're out of business. Every day, the entire world is trying to put you out of business. It is extremely risky to own a business. And yet, whenever they call me, keep in mind, people are reaching out to me because they're looking for some type of help in their business. This is not me like cold calling or soliciting them saying, hey, you should hire a coach. No, they've reached out. They've identified an area of their business where they need help. They reach out. I share with them what that looks like, what we can do for them, what the investment is, what the engagement level and all that is. And the overwhelming response is, I need to think about it. I need to wait, right? I don't have the money right now. I can't afford it right now. And all those are our excuses. Now, I'm perfectly okay if you think that like my coaching, my style, or my program does not work for you or does not work in general. I'm actually perfectly okay with that. I would rather you say, I hear what you're saying, Brad. I don't think it's going to work for me. I don't think you have the experience. I don't think you could offer what I'm looking for. I don't think this is the right fit for me. Those are all acceptable answers because you've put thought into it and you've actually determined that it's not right for you. Perfect. Awesome. Go find another program, go find another coach, go find something that's going to fit your style, your needs, whatever it is, go do that. I have zero problems with that. Where I have problems is the enormous amount of people that just simply won't go all in on themselves. It's always, I need to wait 1 more month. I need to wait 2 more months. I need to finish this job first. I need to think about it. I need to do this. Now, I know some of those are just objections. Some of those are just lazy ass objections because you don't have the fucking balls to just say no. I know that some of you just don't have the balls to tell someone no to their face. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the ones that truly want help and truly believe that I can help them and they just won't go all in on themselves. And again, this isn't about me. This is about you needing help and then not making a decision. This is about you not doing what needs to be done in your business to get the results that you want right now. You're scared shitless. And it blows my mind because you started a business, which is the riskiest thing you can do, but then you don't want to take risk. Everybody wants to pay cash for everything. Well, Brad, I believe in Dave Ramsey. And Dave Ramsey says, if you can't pay cash for something, don't do it. Okay, great. I'll buy into that. I like Dave Ramsey. We followed his program, got us out of debt. I'm all about that. But here's the problem. You don't know how to save money. If you knew how to save money, you probably wouldn't need my help because you'd probably have money saved up that you can go and solve some problems with. So you're sitting here telling me right now that for the last 6 years of running your business, you've never been able to pay yourself more than $60,000 or $40,000 or nothing. You've never been able to pay yourself a living wage. You've never been able to save money, but all of a sudden you are going to just figure out how to save money. Please explain that to me. I'll wait. Explain to me how you're going to do something that you've not been able to do because you don't contain the knowledge or the information that you need in order to be able to do that. You're just going to manifest it out of the air. Tell me how that's going to work. I'd rather you just say to me, I'm a chicken shit, Brad. I just can't go forward. That's something we can work with, right? That's you actually identifying in yourself that you have a weakness and that you need help. I can work with that. When you say, oh, I just need 2 more months. I just need to sell this big job. I just need to finish this big job that I got. Those are all excuses. That's you giving yourself an out because you do not want to do what you know you need to do in order to get the results that you want because you're scared shitless. That's exactly what's happening here. And if you're offended or pissed off at me right now, it's probably because I'm telling the truth and you know it affects you. I've talked to contractors that want help. I'm like, cool. They're like, I can't afford it, Brad. Okay, listen, let me ask you this question. Do you believe my program can help you? Yes. Okay, do you believe that the value is there? Yes. And there's no other reason why you wouldn't want to join other than you can't afford it financially right now. Yes, that's the only reason. If I had the money, I'd sign up right now. Okay, so what is going on in your life that you cannot produce the money right now? I just don't have it, man. I don't have the money. Well, what do you spend your money on? Well, I would, but I just spent $8,000 on buying parts for my side-by-side. Okay. So the program's $7,500 and you just spent $8,000 on parts for your side-by-side. Yep. Once I get that paid off, then I can join. If you just stop and listen to this rational thinking here for a second, I should say irrational. If you just stop and think about this for a second, what is the priority in life for this particular scenario? The priority is I want to have fun. I want to enjoy my life. Even if it keeps me from actually having success, I don't want to give up my quality of life. See, sometimes you need to downgrade your quality of life so that in a short future, 6 months, a year, 2 years, maybe 5 years from now, you could have a life that's 10 times greater than you currently have. But you absolutely refuse to downgrade your life for a very short period of time to make some sacrifices so that you can enjoy a much more prosperous and enjoyable life. You're sacrificing your future benefit for the current needs of comfort. You want to be comfortable right now. You don't want to get any more uncomfortable. You've gotten to a certain level of uncomfortability in your life. You're not happy. You're not making the kind of money you want, but it's manageable. You can, sustain there. You just have to complain about it every day, but you can stay there. The thought of going lower than that, of like getting more uncomfortable, is off the table. It's just not possible. And that blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. There's a saying that I'm going to butcher it probably, but it's John C. Maxwell says this. It's, we would rather stay comfortable with old problems. I'm trying to think of it as I say this. We'd rather be comfortable with old problems than be uncomfortable with new solutions. We'd rather be comfortable with old problems than be uncomfortable with new solutions. Hey, just a quick time out from the show. If you're a frustrated contractor who's dealing with low profit margins, stuck working on the tools every day, or doing free estimates for people who are never going to hire you in the first place, I invite you to my private contractor community, the Profit Club, where contractors just like you are adding 2 to 3 times more profit each year without producing any more jobs and finally getting completely off the tools to never do another free estimate again. So if you're ready to increase your profits, stop doing free estimates and get off the tools, then all you have to do is click the link in the show notes to learn more about the Profit Club and see how it can easily 2 to 3 times the cash in your pocket, give you a proven sales process that will convert more jobs with ease and get you off the tools once and for all. And the best part is you can do all of this without having to produce more jobs than you currently are. Click the link to learn more. Now let's get back to the show. So even though, I can complain that customers don't want to pay top dollar, like all my customers are cheap and they don't want to pay money and blah, blah, blah. I could just complain about that over and over and over again. I could be comfortable with the idea of complaining about it, but being uncomfortable with the idea of potentially charging more money and then learning how to do sales, that's too uncomfortable. That's too uncomfortable for me. I don't want to learn how to do sales. I don't want to learn how to do anything new. I'm comfortable where I'm at. It'd be easier to keep complaining about it over and over than actually be uncomfortable. The thing that's keeping everyone stuck is you're wanting to be comfortable. And this is my sin of choice too, by the way. Like, I want to be comfortable. And anytime I get comfortable, I get lazy and then I regress. So you're going to go in the negative anyways. It's just you can do it purposely for a short period of time, or you can do it, unintentionally, not purposefully, for a long period of time. Because the thing about, sliding down in uncomfortableness is it takes long periods of time. That's how Satan gets you. That's how the evil world gets you. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens very slowly. It's a very, very, very slow decline that you don't even notice. And until you wake up 6 months, 6 years down the road, and you're 10 levels below where you were because you didn't notice it. It's such a gradual decrease that you don't notice it. Or you can do it on purpose, or you go 5 levels below on purpose for a short period of time so that you can rocket up 15 levels. But you won't do that because, man, that's too hard. That makes me uncomfortable, Brad. You mean I have to learn something new? I have to watch videos and get coaching and make changes? Nah, I'd rather just take the magic pill and solve everything for me. There's so much, the problem with social media right now, there's so much bullshit out there that's not real, that people think it's real. And of course there's always exceptions. There's always exceptions to everything. The problem is that one exception, people want to believe that's the norm and that it's very attainable. Alex Hormozi, by the way, is actually very, very intelligent. Like, his IQ is very high. The dude is like almost a genius, okay? The problem is that he dresses like a slum. He dresses with his wife beater, shorts and Crocs, and he talks like a normal person. He acts like a normal person. He looks like a normal person, but in reality, he's not a normal person. 99.9% of you listening to this cannot replicate what Alex Hormozi does. But he gives you the hope that you can be just like him. And the reality of it is that most of you will never be just like him. Most of you will never go through the level of sacrifice that he went through and or are intelligent enough to accomplish what he does. That's the reality. That's what's dangerous about social media and people like Alex Hormozi. He's very intelligent. He doesn't come across of it, but he's actually very, very intelligent. And so that's the part that's dangerous about social media is you see this crap. You see some 20-year-old who's like, I just started a landscaping business last month and I already made $1 million. And now I'm going to teach you how to do the same thing. That's the new thing is everybody wants to be a coach. I get it. It seems like fun. It's not, by the way. It's actually a lot of hard work, but I digress there. But what they don't tell you is that the dude, the 20-year-old that has a landscaping business, his dad is on the building commission board or whatever. And there's a big, large city municipality project. And his dad basically gave his son that project. And yeah, it's $1 million project, but the profit margins on it are so low that he's probably not going to make barely any money. Like, they don't tell you all that stuff. They don't tell you how they got to that money. They don't tell you what they did, right? That's just all the highlights. And so you see this in social media and it's like, oh, I can do this. Yeah, I can replicate that. No problem. All I got to do is one thing. I just do this one thing. No, it's hard freaking work, but you have to burn the ships to get there. There's a guy on there, the Lambo Landscaper. What a dumb name. There's a video of him pulling up to a job site in his Lambo, collecting a check from the customer, and they're videotaping it. Like, seriously, that's not real. Like, that's not how real life works, guys. The dude is in debt to his eyeballs. He's just trying to impress everyone with buying crap. I could have 3 Lambos if I wanted to. I would not have any money, but I could have them just to prove. If you watch any of my content, you'll never see me post anything that's of like, look at how rich I am and look at my house and my cars and all this crap. I never post that stuff because it's not real. And also because really it's none of your business. I like to live my life as private as possible, which is hard to do whenever you're doing public coaching and things like that and putting yourself out there. But I don't have to show, all my success. And no, I don't. That's not real. That's not real. You have to start burning the ships and going all in on yourself. It's so frustrating. I talk to people and I'm like, dude, I'm 100% sure. I've never been so sure in my life that I could help you. And within 1 year, double how much money you're making and double your revenue. Like, we can just absolutely crush it. Your business is set up to crush it. You're just missing a few key pieces of information and, and some decisions you need to make. And they're like, oh, I'll think about it. I'll talk to my wife and see. And I'm like, no, I won't hear you back. I won't hear back from you. Good luck to you. I'll reach out to those people a year later. They're out of business. Hey man, how's business going? Oh, I got out. Yeah, I just took a job as a project manager for someone else. It was just too hard. It was a better deal for me too. And all I hear is bullshit excuses. You wouldn't go all in on yourself. You failed. And now you're trying to lie to yourself as to why you should do this. Secretly, you're dying inside. Secretly, you wish you would have gone in on yourself. And now you have regret the rest of your life because you wouldn't do that. Guys, I could charge $25,000 for my coaching and it would be worth every single penny. I can't even get people to pay $7,500 or $2,000. All it takes is $2,000 to get started. I can't get people to do that. Let me sell a couple more jobs. I just want to get $50,000 in the bank first and then I'll sign up. I could spend all day just making fun of all the stupid ass excuses that I hear from people. You just say it. I'm a pussy. Just say that. Just say I am a pussy, and then we can start with that. That's it. I'm fired up about this. I try not to use vulgar language because, I don't want to be that person, but I get so fired up. I see so many people just won't go in on themselves. They just won't go all in on themselves, and then they fail. And that makes me sad. I mean, I literally hate seeing people fail that are perfectly capable of knocking it out of the park, all because they won't go in on themselves. They won't burn the ships. I don't care what it is, guys. I don't care if it's weight loss. I don't care if it's relationships. I don't care if it's hobbies. Go all in on yourselves. You can always make money back. You can always sell things. Back to the guy that had $8,000 in side-by-side. I said, why don't you just sell your side-by-side, dude? Just sell it. Oh, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. I mean, that's what we do as a family. That's our gift. That's our fun. I have to have that. I'm like, dude, you could sell your side-by-side, get coaching, and then 2 years from now, you could buy 10 side-by-sides, pay cash for them, because you'll have so much freaking money. You won't know what to do with it, but you won't, because that requires you to go down in your comfort level. It requires you to make some sacrifice for the better of, in the future, being able to do twice as much or 10 times as much. And it blows my mind. You got a motorcycle sitting in your garage you could sell to get coaching, but you won't. You don't ride your motorcycle because you're working 100 hours a week and you never have time to actually ride it. But you hang on to hope that one day I'm going to sell this big job and then one day I'll be able to actually ride my motorcycle. That's never going to happen because you haven't made it happen. You haven't manifested that yet. You don't know how to. You're lacking the information you need to do it, but you won't go find the information. You won't go in on yourself. So the motorcycle sits there, it rusts out, the gas gets stale. Maybe once a month you get on there and ride around the block to keep it going, but you never actually get to ride your motorcycle because you're stuck in your business, because you won't take a little bit of sacrifice for a short period of time to get a lot of gain for a long period of time, because you just won't do it. You just won't go in on yourself. It's so frustrating, man. It's one of the most frustrating things I deal with working with people is when I see so much potential in someone and they just give up on themselves. It is the most frustrating experience. And I wish I could just choke everyone out. I wish I could reach through the screen and choke you out and smack the shit out of you to wake you up, because that's what you need. You just need it. I have all the proof, guys. I have all the case studies, all the proof, testimonials, all that shit. That stuff works. If it doesn't work, just tell me, hey, it doesn't work. Go find some other program. Go find another coach. Go read books. Go read podcasts. Whatever it takes. You need help in your business, so go get the help you need and stop being a pussy. Start taking action. Burn the ships. Make the decision today to go do what you need to do and make it happen. That's all I got. I can't say it any other way. Stop being a pussy. Take action. Burn the ships. Stop making excuses. You know where to find me on the socials. Hammer Grind Podcast. Go to the show notes. I hope one day I can tell you to your face that profit is not a dirty word, because you're making so much profit in your business that you don't know what to do with yourself. But I'm afraid that if you're not going to make that decision, it's not going to be you're not going to be able to realize that. profit's not going to be in your future. And for you, profit is a dirty word because you simply won't go in on yourself. But for those of you that have the glimmer of hope, those of you that take action, those of you that are doing the things you need to do, congratulations. But remember, profit is not a dirty word.